Welcome to Talking Timepieces with Tony. We are on the Warner Brothers Hollywood studio backlot where they filmed all kinds of, that's where they filmed Batman, all kinds of other stuff. Today I'm wearing my Nomos Club Campus. Right on. What is up, watch people? Welcome to another edition of Talking Timepieces with Tony. And today I am wearing my Mont Blanc Heritage. I'm just really loving this watch. Just everything about this watch, and the more I look into the history and everything I mean, I did a review on this watch before and kind of compared it to a great JLC alternative, and then I didn't even realize that the former CEO former CEO of JLC went over to Mont Blanc, so that's where that you get that sort of JLC look to it, in a sense. This one had a tang buckle on it, pin buckle. And the thing is when you use those often, it just wears out the strap far quicker. So what I did last night, I put a deployant buckle on it. So that way it saves the strap, make it last longer. Because I have a tendency to wear watches. I take them off, put them on, take them off, put them on, and I'll switch between my watches. I'm just that loony like that. But anyway, having said that, we're going to do a Q&A. I did spend the day on the Warner Brothers lot in Hollywood, and the intro beginning that I just played of that was an area where, if anyone watched Friends, first and foremost, the water you hear in the background was the Friends fountain. And then that's where Phoebe was running through the park. It's a lot of stuff. It's cool. I love that stuff. I don't ever really get tired of it. So let's roll the intro and we'll get to today's video. All right, so first and foremost, I forgot to mention Wacko here. He's saying hi, and he is wearing a Animaniacs vintage watch from the TV show that he was on. This watch is a super high-end watch that's extremely difficult to get, but he got this because, well, he was a star of the show, and he's got something that I'll never be able to get. So having said that, all right, so let's get to it. I'm gonna do this. It's like a Q&A, all right? So I got this kind of a long question from one of my viewers, Riza, and I didn't print it out, and so I'm not going to read it verbatim. It was kind of long, but at the same time, it's about how to deal with your AD. And when I say deal with your AD, you don't deal with them like that. How to, it's just building that relationship. Okay, so and just if I'm wrong, Riza, just kind of correct me in the comments. But from what I'm gathering is I remember you saying 5 years ago you bought a Daytona from an AD in Ireland. And I guess you lived in Ireland at the time. That's what I'm assuming. I don't remember. And then you moved to the UK. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, just let me just a lot of people think that Ireland and the UK are the same, and they're not. Ireland is actually an island, so it's not like you can just drive from wherever you are in the UK to Ireland. You have to take a flight to get there. So this is another thing that's kind of a dilemma. So you bought a Daytona 5 years ago from this AD, and you had a fairly decent relationship with the owner, and you have his phone number, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how long it's been that you've been in contact with him, but recently, basically you're saying is you contacted him about getting a sub. You've got a baby on the way that's due in July. Congratulations, that's awesome. And so what it sounds like is by the message you sent me was that you sent him a text message saying you want to get a sub or a GMT Master 2, I'm assuming, and either one would be fine. He sent you an email back or a message saying that he would get you one. He didn't say specifically when, but he was in Spain on vacation. You sent him another message saying, hey, have a great vacation, and I'll talk to you in a week or so. The guy never got back to you. And so now it's been a week, and you're asking me if you think that you should wait another week before sending him a message. So my response to that is no, no. Don't piss this guy off. Oh, I know you said also that your baby's due in July. You want to get this coordinated. You want to take time off work and get a flight so you can get that coordinated. By doing that, you're giving him a deadline and you're also putting pressure on him. I highly doubt that he's feeling any pressure from you, but I'm just saying that he's not going to respond to a deadline. It's like saying I need to get this by this time or blah blah blah. It's not going to happen that way. If it comes in and it's a happenstance that it does come in and he said he would get you one and you get the call, then that's awesome, man. But be prepared to leave on a whim. You know what I mean? It's not one of those things that it's going to be here in 2 weeks, book your flight. This guy probably does not know when your Submariner is going to come in. I mean, I know he said they're very difficult to get, and I know for a fact that they are, so, basically let it sit, let it go for a little bit. Don't bother him and don't piss him off because he gets hundreds, maybe thousands of calls a week. I know my AD gets over 1,000 phone calls a week, just for a sub, let alone OPs, date just, whatever, yacht masters and Daytonas, some beer. So I feel your pain. We all want, some of us just want these things because we can't get them, and then some of us just genuinely want them, and the bottom line is you have to play it out the way that it's meant to be played out. It's okay to follow up. The best thing is to periodically visit your AD, but you can't do that. You can't just take a flight and I just decided to fly in to stop by and say hi and let's have some coffee. It doesn't, I understand and I feel your dilemma and your pain. He also, is looking at people in the local, he might have some Irishmen that are, on that list that are more important than you. You bought a Daytona. Granted, you bought a Daytona, but that was 5 years ago. Have you bought anything since? I know you said he also had an Explorer, I believe, two-tone, 36 millimeter. I mean, it would have helped to just maybe if you would have, I don't know, bought something else from him in between that 5 year, because 5 years ago is a whole other world, man. It's not, I can tell you when I bought my first date just from Bindi in 2018, that had no play into anything that I've gotten since then, because between 2018 and 2021 I didn't buy anything from them, so I had to reestablish, and that sales rep that sold me my date just back then, no longer works there. So I mean, it's like starting again, you know what I mean? So granted, this owner is there, you have to have patience, and I believe you do. I'm not saying you're not impatient, but let it just happen when it happens. And when you get that call, you'll be really excited that you get the call. But other than that, yeah, you just have to, let them, periodically let them know, but don't hassle them. If you piss them off, you'll never get the watch. I also suggest contacting some of your ADs in London, any other parts of England, I mean, but if you're again not, try to establish something with them as far as making a purchase or whatever. If there's anything close to you, walk in, build it that way. It's a fine line, of being able to get these watches. It's very difficult. I get it. So, and at the moment right now, you've got a baby coming in and whatever, and at least that's the reason why you want the watch is to, commemorate the birth of your new child. That's awesome. But if you don't get it, don't be disappointed. You still have till July. If he said he was going to get you one, right now we're at the end of May. You still have a whole other month and then some. So, let's just hang tight for it. Again, just, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say, really. You just, again, ADs are really, some of these people are very fickle. They get a lot of calls. I would imagine, get annoyed pretty quick, getting a lot of the same people calling them over and over, texting them, or whatever it is that you're doing. So hang tight, focus on the birth of your child. If you get a phone call from this dude, right on. If you want, I would leave it a month, 6 weeks, and then follow up with him. I know I'd read the text that you sent to him. Don't kiss his ass too much, but just be cool. Like, hey man, just wanted to follow up with you. I'm interested. And that's about it. So good luck with that. Let me know how it goes. And Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right. Peace out.